Well, after House Democrats and a handful of Republicans delivered a single article of impeachment to the Senate, the case against Donald J. Trump takes center stage today.
And joining us right now with more is Professor of Political Science, Stephen Caliendo. He's from North Central College, and this morning taking time out of his busy schedule to talk with us at this early hour. We do appreciate it. I want you to know that.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, is it safe to say that this trial has no chance of ending in a conviction of the former president, who is now a civilian?
I think that's a good bet. As we stand here on February 9th, that's sort of where we are. Of course, there's going to be a trial, and there's going to be people, 100 people taking oaths to listen to the evidence. But it seems very unlikely that 17 Republicans would join the Democrats, assuming that all the Democrats vote to convict. And so it's quite an uphill battle for the House managers.
Well, this is all centered around that Capitol siege. Last month, NPR reported thousands of Republicans in states all over the country have left the GOP after that siege. Is it possible that Trump's grip on the party isn't as firm as some people might think it is?
That is possible, although we don't know. I mean, because he's been deplatformed from Twitter in particular, and we haven't heard from him in almost a month, it's really difficult to know what his influence is going to be moving forward. The reporting shows that he is very angry with the 10 Republicans who voted with the Democrats on the article of impeachment. And it'll be interesting to see if then there's some evidence to suggest that there's that they're going to be primary, that they're going to have primary challenges in their House districts in 2 years, and really in a year and a half at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see. Well, we'll have to follow the money and see if the former president has the influence that he once did.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Liz Cheney, because she survived this secret ballot vote to strip her of her powers in the House, while Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was stripped of her committee assignments. So the question is, can old school Republicans like Cheney and Mitch McConnell, can they outlast these divisive figures like Greene?
I wish I had a crystal ball and I could answer your question, Anita, more directly. I don't know, but that's where the battle is at this moment for the heart and soul of the Republican Party. And I think there's a lot of folks who have been in the party a long time who are scratching their heads and trying to figure out how to move forward. They all made a calculated decision 5 years ago to jump on the Trump wagon, even though he wasn't a longtime Republican and he was unconventional in many ways. They thought that they had an opportunity there, and they were able to get some gains as a result, things that they've wanted for a long time. The question now is, do they detach from him and move back to a more traditional approach, or do they continue to ride whatever coattails he may be offering?
We're almost out of time, so quick answer if you wouldn't mind. When
Sure.
Biden took office, all he talked about was unity. He wants to work with Republicans across the aisle. Do you see that happening? I mean, this COVID package seems to be stalling somewhat. Was that a honeymoon that is already over?
Yeah, it was a honeymoon that may not have even gotten off the ground because we're in very divisive times. There's no question. And so it's going to take a lot of work to pull people together. This package in particular is going to run into problems in the Senate because of the way Senate rules are structured. And so there's a lot of work to do to try to figure out a bipartisan solution to some of the biggest problems that we're facing.
Well, Professor Caliendo, I want to thank you this morning for taking time to talk with us, give our viewers some perspective before we watch that trial later today.
It's great to see you both.
Good to see you, sir. Thank you.